Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Canal Algerie News. Here's our top stories. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired a working meeting to review the progress of the several major projects. The President of the Republic appoints Farid Kurtel as advisor to the President of the Republic in charge of economic affairs. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, extend his condolences following the death of 2 officers in the military aircraft crash at Boufarik Air Base. Algeria launches export operation for shipment of various national products to boost foreign trade. Welcome back. To begin with, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired a working meeting this Thursday to review the progress of several major projects. These include the Eastern Mining Railway, the phosphate mine and its processing units, and the zinc extraction project in Wed Amizor, ahead of this expected commissioning at the end of March. The meeting also examined progress on the Trans-Sahara Highway project and the Algiers-Tamarasset railway line. Also in the news, the President of the Republic appointed this Thursday Farid Kurtel as advisor to the President of the Republic in charge of the economic affairs. During a scheduled flight, a BE 1900 military transport aircraft crashed this Thursday afternoon, shortly after taking off from Boufarik Air Base in the 1st Military Region, with 6 crew members on board. The incident tragically claimed the lives of 2 officers, while the remaining crew members were injured and urgently transferred to the Central Army Hospital. In these painful circumstances, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Minister of National Defense, has extended his sincere condolences and expressed his deepest sympathy to the families of the 2 fallen officers. The President prayed that God grant them his forgiveness and boundless mercy during these blessed days and grant their families patience and comfort. He also wished the injured a swiftly recovery. To Allah we belong, and to Him we shall return. In this painful ordeal, Army General Saeed Shengriha, Minister Delegate to the Minister of National Defense and Chief of Staff of the PNA, has also extended his sincere condolences. Speaking in his own name and on behalf of all personnel of the Personal National Army, he expressed his deepest compassion to the families of the martyrs, praying Allah to grant them strength and patience, to bestow His vast mercy upon the deceased and grant a swift recovery to the injured. The Army General has also ordered the opening of thorough investigation to determine the causes and circumstances surrounding this accident. Acting on instructions from the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, and the invitation of the Italian Minister of the Interior, Matteo Piantedosi, the Minister of the Interior, Local Authorities and Transport, Saeed Sayoud, carried out a working visit to Italy. The Minister was joined by the Director General of the National Security, Ali Badawi, along with high-level delegation. The 2 sides held a working session dedicated to examining ways to strengthen bilateral cooperation between Algeria and Italy, particularly in the areas related to security and coordination between the competent institutions of both countries. Discussions also focus on several areas of shared interest, notably the possibility of benefiting from Italy's experience in the fight against cybercrime, strengthening coordination in addressing irregular migration, as well as intensifying police cooperation and developing collaboration in the field of civil protection. On the occasion of the month of Ramadan, the Secretary of the State to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge of national community abroad, Sofiane Shaib, praised the important role played by the members of our community across various cities in France. Sofiane Shaib highlighted their contribution to strengthening the values of solidarity and mutual support. We listen.
L'opportunité se renouvelle aujourd'hui à l'occasion du mois sacré du Ramadan.
The opportunity arises again today on the occasion of the blessed month of Ramadan, a month that teaches us the values of fraternity, solidarity and unity, values that are deeply rooted in Algerian traditions. You are moreover faithful ambassadors of these values through the many acts of solidarity carried out by members of our diaspora's associations, whose commitment and above all their consistency I would like to commend here. Since taking up my duties in the service of our national community abroad, I have constantly sought to seize the various national and religious occasions and celebrations to turn them into moments of stronger exchange and opportunities to multiply outreach initiatives aimed at our compatriots living abroad.
And now we take you to Barcelona, where a collective iftar was organized by Beit Algeria Association for the Algerian community living in Catalonia. An opportunity to share your warm and convivial moments during this month around traditional dishes. The evening also featured a tribute to the late Algerian artist, Wardiya. Yassine Hamdi.
Following the initiative of the association Beit Algeria, the national community living in Catalonia gathered in Barcelona to break the fast and share Algerian dishes, a moment of communion to reinforce the bonds during the month of Ramadan.
Our association represents the Arab and Muslim community, and particularly the Algerian community. We thank all those who were present. It's like we were at a party in Algeria, and that's the objective of our association, to gather in a festive atmosphere.
It's a pleasure to take part in this iftar. We started yesterday and we will continue across the country. Our goal is to gather all the Algerian community in Spain. It was also the occasion to pay tribute to the late actress Wardiya in the presence of her daughter. The community offered its respects to this iconic figure of the Algerian cinema.
I'd like to thank the association for this beautiful initiative and the members of our community in Spain for honoring the memory of my mother. It was an honor. She'll live forever in my heart and also in the hearts of the Algerians.
For one evening, this event recreated the warm atmosphere of the motherland, an atmosphere full of joy and traditions.
In a step towards strengthening Algeria's exports, 6 export operations were launched today from Tlemcen towards several countries. The shipments include a range of national products. Details with Yassine Hamdi.
Lately, Algerian products have proven their quality on international markets. This time, carob-made products will be exported to South American countries. It's one of the 4 export operations that started from Tlemcen.
عملية تصدير شحنة الخروب إلى دولتين الأولى دولة.
We will export carob, the first shipment to 2 South American countries, including Guatemala, and the second one to Thailand and Vietnam. Today, we export to 50 countries. It's an honor for us, and we're planning to expand our exports.
اليوم رانا نصدروا ل 50 بلد في العالم في كل القارات إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله ما نحبسوش في ال 50 إن شاء الله يكون دول أخرى إن شاء الله.
قد قمنا اليوم بإعطاء إشارة الانطلاق ل6 شاحنات متوجهة نحو تونس.
We have 6 trucks heading to Tunisia containing fridges and washing machines. The local product is now renowned in international markets, such as the shoes manufactured in Tlemcen.
المنتوج المحلي قد يغطي السوق.
The local product can cover the needs of the national market. We can even export it. Each truck represents a new opportunity, a new perspective for a growing economy based on the local product.
A meeting dedicated to the national strategy for the prevention and fight against corruption was held today at the headquarters of the Algerian Investment Promotion Agency. The meeting provided an opportunity to present mechanism aimed at strengthening integrity and governance, covered by Walid Yousfi, taken by Melissa Lila Belamain.
The national strategy on transparency, prevention, and the fight against corruption dominated discussions at the meeting, which was convened to improve the business climate and restore investor confidence.
It was a two-way exchange centered on sharing experience, strengthening cooperation and training, and identifying practical tools and mechanisms to encourage economic institutions to contribute to implementing the strategy and adopt transparency systems. These systems will soon be governed by a regulatory text currently being drafted.
The meeting also highlighted the tools and procedures already introduced to reinforce transparency and accelerate the digitalization of the investor pathway, as well as ways to strengthen coordination between public institutions and the private sector.
Investment is built first and foremost on trust. That trust can only take root through integrity, transparency, and equal legal treatment for all investors. This is the objective we are pursuing through the reforms enshrined by the President of the Republic in the new investment code.
The day concluded with the signing of a framework agreement between the Algerian Investment Promotion Agency and the High Authority for Transparency, Prevention, and the Fight Against Corruption, an accord aimed at strengthening institutional coordination and fostering a more transparent and attractive investment environment.
The Algerian media community is mourning the passing of the journalist and former director of the Quran channel, Mohammed Awadi, following a distinguished career in the Algerian television, during which he held several senior positions. On this sad occasion, the Director General of the Algerian television, Mohammed Boughali, extends his deepest condolences to the family of the deceased and to his colleagues in the media, praying to Allah to grant him His mercy and forgiveness. To God we belong, and to Him we shall return. In Morocco, recent floods have caused significant damage. Damaged roads cut off, homes destroyed, and families left isolated. Victims say they are facing a total absence of assistance and denounce the authorities' inactions in this face of this disaster. Besma Far.
Heartbreaking images reveal the severe hardship faced by many Moroccans following the floods that hit the Douar of Manqal. In the municipality of Jma'at Sahtarayin near Tétouan, residents express anger after the collapse of the only bridge connecting their village to nearby areas, leaving nearly 8,000 people isolated without government assistance.
We have nothing left to eat. This is famine. We have nothing left.
Isolation and deteriorating conditions are also affecting neighboring municipalities.
Here's the problem. The floods destroyed the roads and cut off all access to the outside. We can't take our university exams while others who were spared by the floods can go freely. We are trapped in stifling isolation, lacking basic necessities, no gas, food, or essential items. We demand that the bridge be repaired to free us from this situation.
Despite this, the Makhzen regime remains indifferent to the plight of the disaster victims. So far, no measures have been taken to improve their situation, leaving them to fend for themselves.
Even during Ramadan, the Zionist occupation forces have intensified strikes in the Gaza Strip as the humanitarian situation continues to worsen with shortages of water, food, sanitation and other essentials. Reported by Selma Al-Aoudi, taken by Manal Ma'afa.
Amid these makeshift shelters, young Palestinians are deprived of the simple joys of the holy month of Ramadan. Despite losing so much due to the ongoing actions of the Zionist entity, these children remain resilient. They improvise games and find ways to play, a quiet yet powerful act of resistance in the face of such harsh circumstances. Last Ramadan we could all gather, but this time around we are under tents with no joy whatsoever. For the past 2 years, shortages of food, clean water and medical care have plunged Gaza into a severe humanitarian crisis. According to the World Health Organization, more than 12,000 children under the age of 5 are suffering from acute malnutrition. In addition to these hardships, many children are also enduring the loss of their parents, a consequence of the widespread destruction carried out by the Zionist entity. My father died as a martyr. I miss him. I would love to visit his tomb, but unfortunately, I don't know where he is buried. Added to the pain of loss are extremely difficult living conditions. Many Palestinian children must travel long distances to find water or food in an environment where essential infrastructure has been severely damaged by the attacks of the Zionist entity. Life before was much more enjoyable. Even if we were at war, we could at least go to my grandfather's house. Now the situation keeps on worsening. The kids of Gaza are living a Ramadan far away from traditions and moments that usually characterize this time of the year.
That was it for tonight's news. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.